Hi everyone, my name is Ilya Nemchik. I'm the leader of the SEO team for Siemens Digital Software. Being in digital marketing for many years, I would guess I'm celebrating about 17 years of digital marketing experience this year, maybe more, lost account. Maybe 15 of them with the Siemens in different roles, positions, and with the different branches of the Siemens company. Today, I'm not going to be disclosing any secrets, which of course would be unethical to do under the NDA descriptions of sorts. But we'll talk somewhat about SEO and in the age of AI. First, when Olga has invited me to this event, I was thinking just about everyone is talking about AI, AI and SEO, SEO depth these days. And what else can I add there? As probably the only creature on this planet that hasn't heard something about it or hasn't said something about it is my dog. And I'm sure he already knows a lot about it too. But at some point, it occurred to me that a lot of content that is being shared these days about AI and SEO and AI in general is very technical. They teach you how to optimize your content. They try to explain why SEO is not dead. But maybe we can highlight a few milestones and create some sort of a roadmap that help us to easier digest what is cooking for SEO in the age of AI. How can we approach that without going crazy? So today we'll talk about the influence of what AI means for SEO these days, what kind of changes we can expect, how AI is going to influence our day-to-day routine, what kind of benefits and difficulties we can expect, and briefly touch on the changes of roles of SEOs. And I hope I'm not going to bore you to death talking about SEO mostly today, but yeah, that's what mostly is going to be about. So the key changes that AI brings in the world of SEO. So why are we talking about this change? Why the change may be so critical? Is there an evidence that actually can convince our leadership that in many cases requires some data to be convinced in order to allocate resources, assets, and budgets in order to adapt the strategies into the new world requirements? Yes, there is a ton of data coming from different resources. Companies dedicating their entire existence to the SEO and AI to the most extent. Companies such as SEMrush, Ahrefs, Lumor, Farmer DeepCrawl, and many others conducted in-depth researches for many months, starting probably early last year, to see how the traffic that comes from the AI systems such as Gemini, ChatGPT, SearchGPT, Perplexity, and many others impacts the current world of SEO. Is there a change? Is there a reason for us to believe that we must adapt? And yes, all those studies, one of them you can hopefully see on your screen right now, indicate that just over the course of past several months, we have witnessed a significant influx of search queries coming from all those AI platforms. Speaking about namely ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, and some others as well, in different proportion, of course. But the spike is huge. Google AIO also impacts the situation, even though that one is slightly harder to zero down on. For example, in Google Search Console, it's probably impossible to see it. But there are tools on the market that you can reach out to me. I can name a few of my favorites that help you to differentiate the types of organic traffic these days. Just LLMs, AIO, traditional organic, etc. But the spike is huge. And the study from SEMrush indicates that by 2028, we can expect the traffic generated by AI platforms and AI searches to actually overgrow the traffic that we are so used to, the traditional traffic from Google, Bing, Baidu, and many, many other systems. So that is one of the reasons why we should definitely pay attention, and that's something we can take to the bank and share with our leaderships to convince them that there is a definitive evidence that AI is there to stay, and we must adopt our strategies as well. Another reason, which we'll be covering also today, is the shift in the search itself. Because the nature of AI-generated searches is quite different from what we're used to. The traditional search queries and ranking are probably becoming more of the things of the past, or at least no longer a priority. When we strive to get the best ranking, highest position on page one, get the most clicks, the best CTR, the best conversions from that kind of traffic. These things change. What we are starting to see more and more, and that's not just one industry specific, it's across multiple industries. We're seeing the shift in the behavior and the quality of search that takes place in organic world. So what we are beginning to see, thank you, we're seeing the users to come prepared. In the B2B world, we're probably used to creating multiple touch points across the entire user journey. When we prep and greet them with the right content at the right time, so we can accommodate the specific requests. That thing is changing. The results that we're starting to see in AI search engines and Google AIO are different. They're no longer designed to give you the best optimized content. They are not geared towards the best keyword optimization. Google being advising us not to go after the keywords for quite some time now, but at this point, we have reached the critical mass. And what we are seeing is search engines of that kind, AI search engines. They are no longer going after the keywords. They are going after the intent behind the search. And of course, their understanding is based on what they know or what they think they know about the specific topic, the specific user, etc. They're learning. And right now, this is just the beginning of the journey, but given the speed which they use to progress and how fast they advance, chances are the SEMrush study may be right. In 2028, or at the most 2030, if we believe the HubSpot study, we may see the majority of the results being in the click zero position, meaning the results will be geared to answering the specific question, personalized towards each user. No longer based on the keyword itself, no longer based on the rank. It's no longer going to be any rank at that capacity. It's going to be appearing in the form of you ask the question, we think you meant that, here is your answer. And at that point, you may or may not get a click. What you'll probably care the most about is your appearance in those top citations, your brand, your product, your trademark product. And maybe you'll be rewarded with the citation and the link to your website, in which case it's going to be a double benefit. Now, how do we accommodate that need? And we'll circle back to this topic in just a few slides. AI helps us a lot. AI generates the keyword list for us, which we used to do ourselves using the Excel sheets, multiple research tools, single research tools, all kinds of tools, really. But these days, AI is learning more and is more and more capable to give us quick and easy core seed lists or even siloed lists for any topic we wish. It helps us to perform the analytics, whether it's a technical SEO audit, whether it is a content performance audit, keyword performance audit. Of course, that requires investments in the proper platforms and integrations within those platforms. But that being done, we are expediting our internal processes many, many times over. So far, we're talking about the great help from SEO. Speaking of the great help of SEO, all the images you'll find in these presentations are generated by AI. Namely, between between Copilot and ChatGPT. And I'll let you wonder which ones came from which platform. So AI gives us a real chance to get where they want us to be quick, to optimize the content, to meet the user intent instead of just trying to rank higher. And that brings us to the point of user experience. We always cared about user experience because we never wanted the bounce rates. We never wanted people to say anything bad about the content. We fought so hard to show that because organic is difficult to win. Paid is expensive to win. Multi-channel strategy is hard to control and develop properly. So it's an enormous amount of effort that every single one of you, I'm sure, is putting in this project or a project like this on a daily basis. So user experience becomes critical when it comes not just to making sure that whoever arrived on your page stays happy and has a good experience navigating your page, next pages, the downloading content, taking the action you want them to take. It also helps us to get to that click zero position because AI search engines, LLMs, AIO alike, they not only looking at the content itself, but also the organization of the content. They evaluate that from the user experience, making sure that they stay happy. So whoever manages to strike the golden middle between the amount of content, the content structure, the optimization, clear calls to actions, proper links, proper imagery, videos, etc., has an extra credit towards their appearance in the position, in the click zero position. Another thing that changes the way people search and the way we optimize our content is the shift to the voice search. There's been conversation around the voice search for many, many years right now. I would say 10 easily. But right now, it's probably once again one of the critical shifts. Why does it matter? We used to optimize for keywords in our content, trying to rank for them and hoping that search engines will serve the content regardless of basically, well, I would say based on the keyword appearance in the search query. Could be broad, could be exact, could be really anything. But one of the key differences between the traditional search engines and their attempts to make our content findable by voice and the AI systems is that AI is really geared towards the conversational queries. Granted, not all the versions of the AI, ChatGPT, for example, without downloading the proper app, is capable of two-way communication. You can still speak in the queries, but it's not always that ChatGPT can speak back. The thing is, we can talk to those AI systems. They understand the conversational request. There may or may not be the primary keyword that for many years was our primary target. They will try to understand whether or not we are talking about this specific topic. And the keyword may no longer be there. So it's not about the keyword anymore. It's about the intent. It's about us being able to accommodate a conversational request, which means AI search engines must have a clear understanding of what our content is all about. And there are ways to do that. So we create AI, we use AI to create the content. We use our internal resources to create content. But our goal is to make sure that the content is properly structured, it answers specific questions, and it's no longer about creating a ton of content, as for many years we were told that the content is the king, and if you write a big article, you definitely have a bigger shot. That is also changing, and if you ask me, my personal opinion is already changing. Let's see how that happens. So while AI creates a lot of ease in our life, it automates a lot of tasks, it creates content for us, it generates those keyword lists, it analyzes stuff for us, it helps us build strategies even, but it also creates the need for talented SEO professionals of all levels. We're not talking about SEO replacement. We're talking about SEO evolution. We are talking about the change of the role of SEOs. And well, just recently I asked my ChatGPT if we as SEOs should worry with the arrival of ChatGPT and similar systems. My ChatGPT responded that it came in peace. That's what it literally told me. Reminds me of the Terminator movie somewhat, or some other movies with a similar ending. But unlike those scenarios, we see a lot of potential in merging our efforts and embracing the power of AI in the world of SEO. How we are actually benefiting from it and how we are changing. We are automating internal processes. We're making the process of finding information way easier and faster than before. We are automating the output, the reporting, and the level of complexity of those reports based on the audience that we will be referring to. But we become orchestrators, we become strategists, we become communicators more than ever before. And that's one important thing I would like to stress out. We're not just mastering the power of prompts and our ability to communicate effectively with AI systems. We are learning the new ways of project management. And that is a huge shift because in many cases, SEO existed in silos. In some cases, companies were able to merge their efforts to create a transparency between different teams and make SEO an organic part of their digital marketing strategy, but not all of them. So today, this part is critical because AI is a tool, smart, sophisticated, but it's still a platform that has a lot to learn. And we are the teachers of the platform. We determine in many cases where they get the knowledge from, what kind of information we fed in, how the input is going to look like, what to exclude, what to include, who else can benefit us. Let's say social media teams can easily be pulled and should be pulled in our day-to-day operations, not just from the brand visibility perspective, but also from the perspective of delivering the consistent message throughout our communications. So we become systematic strategists, thinkers, storytellers, and we master our ability to negotiate with the different teams across the organization and beyond. That includes the agencies, as Olga mentioned before. So there's many ways we can accomplish what we talked about, how to get in that click zero position, how ensure the visibility in new evolved search results. I'm not going to go through all of these, and these are by far not everything that is out there in our toolbox, but there are several that I would like to call out. And this is, of course, the content organization, the structure of your content, the clear paragraphs dedicated for each subtopics, the clear H1s, 2s, 3s, H6 headers that clearly tell the bots that come on behalf of the AI search engines what each section of the page and the page itself are all about. I would also stress out the importance of implementing the schema markup, because structured data is one of the key methodologies that allows the search engines based on AI to understand what is our data about, where to find the related pieces of content, how our entire Stripe is organized. Do we have just one page, or we have many pages related to this topic? How do they organize? What is the expected flow of the content may look like? All those features coming together help the LLM search engines to learn about our content, to crawl our content easier, especially if we implement the technical SEO elements such as robots.txt, whitelisting, or LLM-TXT optimization and updates on a regular basis. Anything that helps the bots that come from AI to crawl our content easier, to understand the structure, and easily align the pieces of content with the queries and the intent behind them, all of that can easily allow us, to have a better chance to appear on top of the search results, get cited, get referenced, and hopefully continue generating clicks from all those areas. A few predictions. I know I'm almost at time. What we can expect. And you'll probably find a lot of projections, a lot of prophecies around the web from the very reputed SEOs uh, that will be talking about different things. So different scenarios. One of them is, of course, is the continued shift, and this is Ilya's predictions. So if anything goes wrong, blame Ilya. We're talking about the shift from the traditional keyword research, traditional fight for highest ranking, to AI-powered searches, personalized searches, brand visibility, and citations. So no longer keyword-based, but intent-based and visibility. Those who will take in the AI will not see it as, I would say, something too soon to tell, or perhaps something that is a huge threat we should fight tooth and claw against. Those who will manage to implement the technical elements, structure their content, make their content visible and findable by AI search engines, can expect great results, greater visibility, and maintain a degree of traffic to their website despite of the shift in their organic search these days. And of course, the automation that allows us to move forward will continue to progress. AI will only will be there to stay, and they will help us to generate our reports, to find the information that we strive to find, to generate the content that will be friendly for the new types of searches, making our lives actually a lot easier. And probably the last but not least, I would say there is nothing to be afraid of. The SEO is once again not dead. It's evolving big time, and it's following the changing trend in searches. We are gearing towards the prepared users, the users who know what they want. They type in or speak in their search queries, and we respond with the proper content that we made very clear to those new search algorithms and perfectly aligned with their understanding of what that content is.